There you go. Recorded. I assume it's being recorded.
Looks like it.
It looks like it. Let's see. Pause. Yep, it's being recorded. Okay. So class real quick here. Thank you. We just finished up with presentations here. The last three just went. We are going to go over test corrections for number 3, test 3. And then if you need to keep them, keep them. If you want to turn them in and you don't need them anymore to study for the final, go for it. And then just before we do the rest of the test corrections here, next time we meet, we're doing the final exam. So we want to jump to this here. Not that yet, that one. So the questions that came up in regards to it was what's going to happen in 1.10, because it's just very vague. It's just application question. And so it's going to be more of you get an equation. It's probably going to stand for years, or a business class, it would be more like a business problem. It's X stands for thousands of units sold or something like that, right? So X will have a very specific value for it, and then you got to solve it. It's either going to be plug it in, or you're going to have to solve it and then figure out the year or how many units have to be sold. Okay. Okay, there's that one. Any other ones coming up? Yeah, so the test is going to be about the same length as any other tests, because we have roughly about an hour. So anywhere from 20 to about 23, 24, 25 questions-ish to do. And then the honor questions, that's including the honor questions as well. And so we'll go from there. And then oral final, I did chop it down. We good? Going from 15 questions. I just made it, I figure I'll just make it 8 for you guys. We good? So less things to memorize.
On that same document, right?
Yeah, I sent you guys a new document. When was that? Anybody? I said edited oral exam questions. Okay.
Yeah, you sent it a while ago.
Yeah, I think it was Monday night, I think. So instead of memorizing 15 questions, we're down to memorizing 8, and that gives you at least a good sense of the class. At least that kind of gives you these guys. Okay, so come back to do that one. So let's jam. You guys have your test 3 out in front of you guys. Do we need the lights on or no? So you guys can see.
No, leave them off.
Leave them on.
Sit back down.
Okay.
I'm really wrong.
Okay, let's jam. This is
Were you gonna say with a 1.10 lesson was posted?
oh yes. Anybody know 1.10 lesson was? Somewhere. Let's see. Sure. YouTube.
There's a link to it on the Weebly, right?
Is it?
There's a link to the YouTube on Weebly,
Yeah.
but there's no link directly to the
Yeah.
So-
It's on there.
math 4B. There's that little fun channel. And we go playlists. And we go to, anybody see a playlist for Calculus Algebra 2, Sloka Algebra 2, and whoa, this is from the beginning of the year, man. That's like a long time ago. So 1.8, 1.9, 1.7 homework. Hey, when did we cover? Okay, I don't want to see myself. Okay, you guys talk to me here. Did we cover it? This is 1.9 right here.
We did 1.7, 1.1, and 1.10 in January.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was towards the end of January. Actually, I think it was like in the
Wasn't it
middle.
mid-January?
It was
Yeah.
in the middle, because then we had the test on
Not there.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go check a little bit further then on it.
If you can't find a video, if you can just send me the 1.10 slides.
Slides themselves?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
just
do that
with the
here.
Problems and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think it was.
In fact, let me try to find it now, just so I have it in front of me here.
It was like January 14th or like 16th, because I remember it was before like the inauguration.
We spent like a lot of time before the time of the 1.10 homework. We didn't have that much time actually on 1.10.
Yeah, I think it was part of the homework video or something like that, yeah. So there's the notes right there. There's 1.10 lecture notes. So I know I did it.
Because that's just the lesson I had the least experience with.
Uh-huh.
We didn't work very much on it.
Yeah, and it was real quick. It was only a few slides too here.
Yeah.
So I want to say it was tacked onto homework questions or something.
Okay.
So I'll look it up here. So there's it is right there. So I'll send out PowerPoint slides
Great.
for 110. Perfect, guys. That's what I needed. Just want to get you guys, make sure you guys are comfortable with that. All right, let's go with it. A minute left, or let's see, 15, 20 minutes left. We're going to run through it real quick here. Go. For the answer for number 1 is 6. And the reason for it is because this is the nested function inside the other nested function, right? So you got to figure out what in the world is g of 2. Oh, sorry, the answer is 72. So you got to figure out what g of 2 is first, and g of 2 is 6, and then you plug in 6 into the f function, which means you're squaring 6, and then you're adding another 6 times 6, gives you 72.
Oh, that is
So-
a much easier way to do that.
Yes.
We made the composite function and then plug 2 in the whole thing.
Gotcha.
No wonder.
Let's see, and then a person or two, I'm not sure if it's the home students here, they thought it was a multiplication between the two, so they were trying to multiply, and that's not what I wanted to do there. That's not it. Multiplication does not have a sign, it's just the f and the g stuck together without the sign. Okay, I'm gonna run through it real quick here. So go number 2, and you guys tell me if you need any more with number 2. Let's do 2 at a time, that'd be better. Number 2, we're good. 6x plus 9. Boom. Next. Number 3, you have to switch the x's and the y's, and then you got to start solving for the y value. And so and then when you're done, then you have to declare, like, I found the inverse. So you have to declare f inverse with that little negative. Should be a -1 here. Sorry, -1 x, and then you tell me what that is. Dylan, question?
For number 3, I had that answer, but I only had 3 points. I don't know if that's because I made an error along the way, but I was really confused because I sat there for like 20 minutes going over the problem again and again, and I came to the conclusion that I had it right.
Let me check. This is me checking my grading.
I probably made an error at some point, but I have estimate. Oh, yes, exactly.
Yeah, just that right there. So I figured if you correct your work, then you put the f -1 x in there, you go from there. Okay, number 3 is good. I'm kind of rushing through it just to make sure Charlie, we're good. Number 4, a bigger one. It has the little fraction inside it. So what you have to do is you have to multiply that little y plus 2 on both sides, and then you have to factor out the y.
We know.
Sure. Oh no. Let me bring up a quick slide here. This one, talk to me. Y is equal to, or f of x is equal to?
Yeah, well, okay, let's do.
And it is f of x, right? Okay, so this one, we were going to change this guy to a y. So f of x, because you just want to have a graph between them two. Switching x's and y's. Oh. So 3.
Multiply by y plus 2.
Yes, absolutely. Sorry. Y plus 2 in order to cancel this off, right? So then we have xy plus 2x is equal to 3y plus 12. Right, because you're distributing those little x to each one of those pieces. And now what you're going to do is you're going to do kind of quick little flip-flops here. You're going to put all the ones that have y's, you're going to put them on the left side. Anything that does not have a y, you're going to switch to the other side. So I'm going to put this guy these two here. So it's gonna be xy, and then bring the 3y over. On this one, I'm gonna keep the 12 on the right, but I'm gonna swing the little negative or the 2x over, make it a negative 2x. And now I'm gonna factor out the y out of it. So leaving us with x minus 3 this time. And then dividing. Dividing by x minus 3. And then declaring da 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 da. That is the inverse. Boom. Are we good there, Abe? All right, and then let's see. I guess a couple of people had a negative 2x plus 12. That's fine. That's perfectly fine to have that. Okay, are we good? Jam with some other ones here? Uh-huh. Yep, tell me if you need more time. That's what we're here for.
Do you have a stapler tomorrow?
See? Let's see if Ms. Bear has a stapler here.
You said I can turn these in on Monday.
Yeah, if you guys need it for your just study for it, absolutely. Now, what I'm going to do is to put in your grades, so you guys at least know your grades are, right? I'm gonna not do the draft anymore. So I'm gonna put in your grades without corrections, and then when you turn it in on Monday, I'll put in the corrections after. So we're good.
If we turn in the corrections today, we put in our grade with the corrections.
Yeah, I'll put in the, and I'll probably, let's see, I'll probably do grades. I do grades either Friday or Saturday, because I know I'm in a meeting tomorrow and stuff, so. Okay, are we good there? I'm getting out of this one, getting back to here. Okay, let's keep on going just so we can finish up. Number five is plug in the 2. Plug in the 2, you should get a 9. Are we good there? For 6, you're plugging in a negative 2, so kind of careful there. On top, you should get a negative 8 on top. So if you subtract 7, you get a negative 15. On the bottom, it's going to become a 4, positive 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. Okay, so negative 5/4 would be the final answer on that one. All right, and if you are doing test corrections, you just want to see the final answer, that's fine too. Just write down negative 5/4, and then you're going to finish up those guys. This one kind of stumped a couple of people. So you're going to plug in a minus 9 in for the x value. So here's where you plug it in. But the function itself says 6 over x plus 5, right? And so what happens is you just need to just combine that, the negative 5 and the negative 9 and the 5 together. That's it. We'll go from there. Okay. And if you're not done with test corrections, again, just put the final answer, and then you're gonna have to figure out how to get from beginning to end. All right, number 8, the easy one. This is direct variation. If there's direct variation, you're multiplying your, it's called proportional constant. We call it K with whatever your variable is at the end. If it is inversely, then you're dividing it. Okay, and honor questions. Anybody need this one? So honor questions here, as a Canon student, if you got it right, so you got it wrong, you have a 0 with a little box in it next to it, right? It just means it's not taking points off of your score, right? It's a little different score from the rest. For if you got it right, you get 1 point for it. So it's 1 point. In fact, no, I gave you guys 2 points for it. If you got it right, initially I gave you 1 point with a box around it, and then I gave you another point with a box around it. So I kind of gave you 2 points for those Canon students. If you're an honor student, you just got 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending what you got. Okay, and for Canon students redoing for test corrections, you can't do it the honor questions. We're good. It's just Canon questions. Okay, number 10, there it is. So inversely proportional means the k is on top, that f is now dividing that k value, not multiplying. So it's c equals, and when you say varies, varies is the equal sign. Say c varies makes the equal sign. Inversely means a division problem with the k on top with f. All right, this one, translation. Remember x plus 5? If you say plus 5, it's going to go to the left. Are we good? Minus 5 would go to the right. It's always different inside the function itself. So it goes off to the left 5 units, and then you're going up 6 units. So you should be in quadrant 1. There's a couple of people that were in quadrant 2, but then for some reason we're in the wrong spot in quadrant 2. So good there. So left 5, up 6 to get your vertex. Okay, number 12 and 13. Let's wrap those guys together. Now this is an addition of these two guys. So f plus g for 12. So you're just going to take the f function, whatever it is, add with the g function, whatever it is, and you get yourself a negative 8x plus 10. Are we good? Okay, 13. It's a multiplication now between the two. So you're going to FOIL things out, collect like terms, and how about an 18x squared plus 3x minus 10? Are we good? On our question again, this is find out which two are inverses of each other. So you had to try which ones are which ones, or you just picked one and you switched to x's and y's and eventually got the other one.
I got this wrong, but I had the right answer.
Uh-huh.
And I got 0 points because you said y. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's like determine which two are functions. So my thing determining is like you're gonna tell me why you're gonna put things together.
Okay, so I did like the.
Okay.
But, yeah, okay, that makes.
Yeah, if you just say G and H, that's almost like a guess. That's not the work behind it. Okay, and then another inverse function right here. Find the inverse of the one-to-one function. Again, changing it to y, switching to x's and y's, and solve for that one. More complicated with a square root inside it. This one you had to square both sides to get rid of the square root. And you wind up with an x squared minus 7. Are we good there? All right, next one would be a cube root. So then you're going to cube both sides. Again, very similar. 16 and 17 are very similar, except just understanding you're undoing a square root, you're undoing a cube root to get to the other side. Okay, are we good there? Tell me if I'm going fast. This one, another one. I did have some people just say yes or no, and that was it without any work here. And does the graph? I had to give you credit. So those that said yes without any explanation, next time I'll change it. I'll say explain why or why not. But it's a no. The reason why the function represents a function that has an inverse function, it has to pass a horizontal line test. This one does not. It fails a horizontal line test. Therefore, if we were to find an inverse, that inverse would not be a function. Okay, 18 good? So fails horizontal line test. That's the answer that I was thinking I was looking for. All right, and 19 and 20. 19 and 20, this is a car agency, charges $150 per week and then 30 cents per mile. And it just, can you express this as a function? Can you give me the function that makes that true? So this is f of x, and it's 0.3 because it's per mile, and it's $150 on top. Good there? So if you rented the car and drove 1 mile, you'd owe $150 and 30 cents. Okay, shifted downward, which would be a -7 on this side. And then 21, some people got that one wrong. Let me condense this down so you see 21 and 22, the last two problems here. All right, the 21, you should have went to the left and then down 5, and you should have got that and should have went across with the with that piece there again. And then the negative in front of x squared, it's just a flip across the x-axis. That's it. That's what I was looking for. If you did that, you got it. Well, okay, so how's the test overall, guys? Good, bad, ugly? Okay. All right, so if you want to keep your exam scores till Monday, absolutely do that. If not, if you're like, I've seen it enough, then I'll give it to me in my hand here. So that's
Thank you.